Before I get into this podcast, I just want to say one thing to the Jewish community. No offense, I'm talking to an asshole named Michael Rapaport, put my community name in his mouth. So now I say some things, I want you to know it's not going to be anti-Semitic, it's not going to be hateful, but it's going to be some real shit. Do not block me. Do not get my shit taken down. I would try my best to not disrespect the Jewish community, and I have nothing against the Jewish community. This is not a hateful thing. That being said, enjoy the podcast.
Yo, if 20 American tourists, forget the 1,200 people that were murdered, slaughtered, civilians. If 20 American civilians, all African American, all black, all ages, were taken hostage, and 10 of them were murdered and raped, and there was 10 surviving American tourist hostages that were all black. There's not one motherfucker in this country that would be talking about ceasefire. There's not one person. It would be bring the fucking hostages back, and they better be alive. They better be pristine. There wouldn't be no ceasefire. There would be no round. Can you imagine college students ripping down posters of 10 black people from America if they were taken hostage and 10 others were raped and murdered? Nobody would be saying shit. The African American community would be demanding they came back. White people, black people, Jewish people would be demanding they come back. There wouldn't be a discussion of a ceasefire. That's a fact. Nobody can tell me shit that is not a fucking fact. Forget the 1,200 other people that were murdered. I'm talking about just 10. I don't compare tragedies, 9/11 versus the Oklahoma City bombing versus this, that, and the third. If it was just 10 African American people, they would be demanding, everybody would be demanding, get them back, get them back, get them back. The word ceasefire wouldn't be in the vernacular. It'd be like, ravage the fucking place until they come back, and they better come back safe and sound.
Welcome back to Bareback Podcast. I'm your host. So, Michael Rapaport, aka Remy, keep putting black Americans into Israel business. Now, none of that concerns us. We out here struggling. We got our own political fight. And quite frankly, we don't give a fuck. But yet, he's dragging us into it. All right, let's get it. So, Michael Rapaport can't keep black people out his fucking mouth. And let's not forget, the first movies you was in, a black director put you with his fucking movies. John Singleton put you on Higher Learning. John Singleton put you on motherfucking Poetic Justice. You need to shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up, because we did enough for you individually and the whole Jewish community as far as like them getting money off us, like our community. You need to shut the fuck up, because I think you forgot where the fuck you came from, who gave you your humble beginnings. Motherfucker, even though Hollywood is full of Jewish and y'all control shit, didn't nobody give you a fucking break. Now, nigga, just keep it a buck. The rumor has it that the fucking Jews run Hollywood. But you ain't coming through the Jews. You came in through us. I seen Higher Learning. In Higher Learning, this Jewish guy played a fucking Nazi. How ironic is that?
What the fuck? Fuck all you damn Jews and niggers. Y'all stick together. That's right, y'all stick together to work against me, the pure white Christian man.
The thing is, this motherfucker never lost character. The same way he acted Remy is the same way he acted in real fucking life. He's a real fucking fanatic. Like, the guy is a fucking fanatic. I paid him no mind because he be into sports commentating and shit. I don't watch sports. But he always has something to say about a black athlete, right? He never said nothing about Donald Sterling, who was calling Magic Johnson, those type of, racial epithets, right? Another Jew, he's mad because Israel's not getting support. And why should they? Why should we support Israel? We're not Israelis. That shit doesn't concern us. We here struggling every fucking day. Every fucking day. We don't even know what's going on. The whole Jewish fucking struggle, and we don't know what's going on. But now that you woke us, I want to remind you who the fuck your people are to my people, because it's none of our business. But I just want to remind you, since you like sports, right? Let's keep score. How many billionaires have Jewish people made? That's Black American. Answer is fucking none. How many Jews ate off black culture? Ain't no telling. Unlimited amount, maybe trillions of dollars. But yet we still at the bottom. How many Black Americans ate off Jewish culture? How many? That's a rhetorical question. The answer is fucking none. Like, no, we never ate off y'all. We made Leo Cohen. We made Jerry Heller. We made Clyde Davis. We made Rick Rubin. We put so many fucking Jewish children into colleges while y'all fucking milked us and paid us penny off our product. Y'all ate off our culture, right? Let's keep score. How many times have the Jews saved Black Americans? Name one time a Jew saved Black Americans. Please fucking tell me. Let me know. I'm waiting. We literally went to war for y'all and died for y'all and saved y'all in concentration camps in the 40s and World War II.
African American soldiers were among the American liberators. When the soldiers entered the camps, they were not prepared for what they saw.
We were coming down this road through a forest and the open field and the big fence and a gate. I told the driver to go through the gate, and we went, knocked the gate down, and went into camp.
I was sitting up in my tent, looking, because I didn't even know what it was until one of my platoon came up and said, "Sarge, so you know what this is?" I said, "No." He said, "They say this is a concentration camp."
I just stared with my mouth open, because they didn't look human, to be honest with you.
I'll never forget the black soldiers sitting on the turret, and they were absolutely horrified. I'll never forget their eyes were like saucers, because what they saw here was something that they would have never seen under any battlefield conditions. Had they been hours later or days later, many more of us would not have made it, and I'll be forever grateful to them.
Time ever I seen a black person. I never seen one before, and he came right front of me and gave me the bicycle and the big bag of chocolate.
You forgot about that, huh? We fought in the Revolutionary War, we fought in the Civil War, we fought in all the wars, but y'all didn't fight in, but y'all benefited from, and yeah, y'all want actual support. Y'all never supported us in nothing. How many media outlets do Jewish people own, as far as like TV, Viacom, and all that put us on the news and make us like animals, do spread propaganda on us? Blacks don't do that to Jews. We don't control nothing that could paint y'all in a bad light. But y'all paint us in a bad light in music. Y'all promote negative music. PragerU say all types of ignorant, stupid shit about Black Americans needing reparations and slavery. Y'all got cartoons. PragerU, fucking Frederick Douglass saying shit he never said. Like, you want to keep score for real? It's a lot of Jewish play a real negative part in Black American development and our image to the world. We don't fuck up tarnish y'all image. We ain't allowed to talk to y'all. We're not allowed to talk about y'all. They cancel Kanye, cancel Nick Cannon, cancel fucking Dave Chappelle. Niggas can't say shit to y'all. How many Black Americans lied on a Jew about murder? Never happened, right? But Leo Frank lied on a black man, a guy by the name of Newt Lee. In 1913, he raped and murdered a little girl.
In 1913, 13-year-old Mary Fagan had moved to Atlanta, Georgia to look for work. She eventually picked up a job at a pencil factory. However, after she went to collect her wages from the superintendent of the factory, she was never seen again. That night, her bloodied and bruised body was found by a factory watchman with 2 notes beside her that were barely eligible. "Mom, that Negro hired down here did this. I went to make water and he pushed me down that hole. The night witch did it," read the notes. The police launched an investigation and the city was left shocked at the crime. Rumors spread suggesting she'd been sexually assaulted before her murder, and the demand for justice intensified. The two main suspects were a Jewish man, Leo Frank, who was the factory superintendent, and Jim Conley, a drunken black janitor at the factory. Frank was arrested after the watchman who found Mary's body told the police Frank was at the factory around the time of her death. A week later, Conley was arrested after being caught rinsing bloodstains out of his shirt, and investigators found the cryptic notes may have been his ploy to pin the crime on someone else. During the 25-day trial, Jim Conley insisted Frank was the killer, testifying he was ordered by Frank to dispose of Mary's body in the factory's furnace. He also touted a rumor that Frank had been fond of little girls and boys, which swayed the jury into their decision to let Conley go. Leo Frank was sentenced to life in prison, but was kidnapped by a lynch mob. His hanging went down in history as one of the most disturbing, as pictures of his limp body were photographed and made into postcards.
Been convicted of, but he tried to blame a black man. Well, see, you know what's so fucking bad? Because it happened in 1913, right? Where blacks is getting hung for nothing. You know it's bad when you're a white Jew. You can't lie on a fucking black man. They didn't believe him. They let the black man. Can you believe a fucking black man was accused of a fucking white girl and they let him go and they hung a white Jewish man named Leo Frank? You never heard of that before. That's why the JDL was fucking made, because the Jewish Defamation League, because they didn't want Jews getting a real fucking bad reputation for the things they really do. That's why we can talk about Jewish people for real. And this is not anti-Semitic, but this is being honest, because you keep fucking calling our name. I want to keep score. How many black Americans slave Jews? It never happened. But there was Jews who traded slaves, owned slaves, and insured slave ships. But just keep fucking with us. Let's continue to keep score. How many black American developers made an apartment or living complex that excluded Jewish people? How many communities of black Americans exclude Jewish people? You ever heard of Levittown by William Levitt, a Jew who made the first suburbs, I think in Long Island somewhere, who didn't allow. You couldn't say a house to a black American. No black Americans was allowed during Jim Crow. Do you remember that?
Uncover and learn from history that deliberately excluded people of color from the first suburbs.
Restrictions were written into some of the earliest property deeds, and those restrictions still exist today. CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff has more from Levittown.
Levittown, the nation's first suburb, built for returning soldiers after World War II, but whites only. Buried in the deeds, still the roots of racism.
The tenant agrees not to permit the premises to be used or occupied by any other persons than members of the Caucasian race.
Nassau legislator Carrie A. Szilagyi reading from a 1948 lease. And Levittown wasn't the only place with restrictive covenants dating back to the 1920s.
To this day, y'all still have Jewish segregated communities. Y'all live in segregation. Y'all don't even live amongst us. And when y'all do come in contact with us, it's usually because y'all slumlords. How many Jewish slumlords fucking rent apartments to black Americans? And the question more important to me is, why do y'all have so much more fucking money than us in our own country? This ain't y'all country. Y'all was immigrants. We was here first. I mean, yeah, I did it. You came from Europe, and y'all sponsored slave. Okay, it makes sense. Y'all was slave traders, and y'all was bankers, right? I get it. We even saved MGM Studios with the black exploitation movies like such as Shaft, directed by Gordon Parks. And on top of that, who gave you your first movie roles? Fucking Remy, Michael Rapaport. Who gave you your fucking movie? It was a fucking black American. John Singleton put you on Higher Learning. Then he put you in Poetic Justice. You call fucking, all you do is judge our fucking culture. All you do is milk our culture. You even got one of our women. You just turn her into a fucking bed wench. But all you do is insult rappers, insult black basketball players. And you want us to fucking support the fucking terrorists. You treat this shit like it's a fucking sport. You treat this Israeli-Palestinian thing like it's a sport. It don't even concern us. Tell me what's going on in Gaza. Gaza is what? 25 miles long, 5 miles wide, 2 million people cramped in because Israelites abandoned them and made them fucking leave their fucking homeland. But y'all fucking invaded. Europeans invaded. You got these people in an open air prison. Open air concentration camps. Your people wasn't concentration camps. You treating the Palestinians just like the fucking Nazis treated your people. Only difference is, y'all didn't fight back. The Palestinians are fighting back. And you call them terrorists. How can you call people who defending themselves in their own land terrorists? Y'all fucking control the water. Y'all control the electricity. Y'all fucking control the motherfucking food that goes in. Control the people who goes in and out. They have nothing. 50% of the people in fucking Gaza never had full stomachs before. You want us to support that? You want us to support marginalized people when we are marginalized here? You want to support people you were bombing when we was bombed here in 1985 or 84 and during fucking Black Wall Street? You want us to support the oppression of other people when we oppress here? Fucking Gaza no different from the projects. We at the fucking bottom. We the most evicted people in America. We're the least paid people in America. We are the Palestinians of America. How can we support you and your white privilege and your Jewish supremacy? No one says this. You have a fucking Jewish supremacy mindset, and you don't see nothing wrong with that. You don't see nothing wrong with bombing children, harming children, starving people, taking over their fucking land, colonizing. Palestinians ain't go to fucking Europe and make their own fucking, carve their own little fucking territory. Y'all Europeans from over Europe who call yourself Jews went to their fucking land. And you say you Jewish, right? But two things wasn't in the Bible. The J and European. With the exception of the Italians, there was no fucking white people who was Hebrew. Jerusalem fell 2,000 years ago. You've been in Europe for 2,000 years. You have no ancestors in Israel beyond 1948. You've been in Europe all your fucking life. Or through history. So if Americans been here 400 years, so let's say if Americans been here let's say Black Americans been here for 400 years, right? Since 1619, right? Let's say that's 17 generation. Y'all been in Europe 5 times long. Y'all been here for 2,000 years, right? In Europe. That's like 85 generations. What percentage is fucking Semitic? That's what I'm saying. Y'all force us to call y'all Semitic people. It's like the training men trying to force other heterosexual men calling women. That's just something I can't acknowledge. It'll get me banned on my platform, but that's not fair for you to force your own ideology. How are you the Semitic people? You have blonde hair and blue eyes. You can't even be in a fucking desert. You can't even live in Gaza or Palestine. So you want us to support white supremacy at the same time we being oppressed by white supremacy? Leave us the fuck alone, nigga. That shit is weird as fuck. We out here fucking struggling, going through real shit. You don't support reparations? So the Jews still get reparations from fucking World War II. And what's the biggest reparation to get in a whole fucking state of your own? Y'all get reparations and y'all want a whole fucking state that wasn't fucking yours in the first place? See, the problem is y'all need to stay in fucking Europe and fight the Europeans. Y'all shouldn't be fighting the Palestinians. The Jews should have been in Europe, should have been fighting them because they always been, the fucking Britain banned you, Spain banned you, everyone kicks y'all out of their fucking country. And the more you talk, Michael Rapaport, the more I kind of like, the more you talk, the more I dislike your ideology. The more I realize and I look into it and find out y'all are fucking terrorizing these people. Y'all call them dogs. And y'all terrorize Africans in Israel, just like they do to some white people like us up here. Call them N-words like they call us N-words here. You want us to support that? You want us to support racism and oppression? You want to support marginalized people? While you live in fucking lavish and luxury off the backs and culture of Black Americans, put you in your first movies? I actually liked you in fucking Paper Soldiers. I think you're funny. You're funny in a weird, annoying ass way. Your stand-up comedy is trash. Like, you got a lot of fucking opinions and judgment about other artists and what they do to feed their families. Let's talk about your fucking stand-up comedy. That shit is trash. You have an HBO special? That shit is trash. Like, see, you have this white privilege. You have white and Jewish privilege that you don't want to fucking talk about in knowledge. You're really fucking annoying. You're really not talented. You're really fucking annoying. Blacks don't owe y'all nothing. None of y'all fought for us. In fact, Jews fought for the Confederacy. Y'all fought to keep us in fucking slavery. And I don't want to hear all that shit. We marching civil rights. A few of y'all marching civil rights. How many of y'all was fucking throwing fucking milkshakes at us and fucking rocks at us and spitting on us and calling us niggers? How many of y'all? Because y'all blending with white. We can tell y'all fucking apart. But yet, you worry about us and what we doing. We minding our fucking business. That shit don't concern us. Then you want to say, what it was 10 Black Americans, it would have been crazy. So what? We fucking Americans. Israelis ain't fucking Americans. Our taxpayers are funding that shit. You forgot who's fucking funding and backing your fucking Zionist fucking movement? It's Black Americans, it's taxpayers. We're not Israelis. We don't give a fuck about Israel. And this ain't being anti-Semitic. This is me being fucking fed up with other people keep putting us in y'all fucking business. Y'all want us to help y'all support y'all. Y'all don't support us to help us. A fucking one-way street. The audacity, the fucking narcissism, the fucking arrogance of you to think we give a fuck. If you want to stop the fucking war, abandon Israel. Get the Palestinians back their fucking land, which they fought for, and it was promised by the Brits. They fought the fucking Ottomans. The Jews ain't fight the fucking Ottomans. Y'all waited for the fucking, the Arabs to clear that shit out. Then y'all just fucking moved in on some white supremacist shit. See, y'all second tier white supremacists, no one is saying this. I ain't saying all Jews. That's anti-Semitic. Even though y'all European, but I'm forced to say call y'all Semitic. I'm forced to say that. And I want to say this. The people of the Bible was black, and I'm going to prove it like this. Egypt didn't get invaded till like 30 BC. So before Christ lived, about 1,500 years before that, 1,400 years before that, Israel existed, right? The 13 tribes had to go to Egypt because it was a famine, because Joseph was there. I ain't gonna go all biblical, but they was there for 400 years, 17 generations in Africa. Abraham had fucking kids with an Egyptian. Joseph had kids by the Egyptians. And I'm sure if a few thousand people or a few hundred people went to Africa and they grew to a few million people, I'm sure they had to breed with the Nubians, Ethiopians, Judaians. Back then, that didn't exist, but there was all black people back then because they wasn't invaded by the Arabs yet, because the Arabs didn't exist yet, because, you know, there wasn't no Muhammad yet, and the Syrians didn't invade it yet. So basically, Africa was still Africa, and that whole region was still dark because there wasn't a European slave trade yet. See, the whole Middle East got lightened up by the European slave trade, in which Jews sold European slaves too. Y'all see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all don't want to wake up this fucking giant. It's so much that we know that y'all don't think we know. We's minding our fucking business. Leave us alone before we put your whole fucking card. You have a track record of getting banned, kicked out, and I'm starting to see why people don't like you. And you messing up for, it's actually good, peaceful Jews who are, you know, living by the Torah. They're peaceful, harmony. They pray. They go to the synagogue. We never see you in a fucking synagogue. We just see you complaining, Michael Rapaport. You always on your fucking TikTok. You always on Instagram, but you never in a fucking synagogue. You claim to be Jewish. Jewish what? No, you team Jewish, but you ain't religiously Jewish. You ain't really culturally Jewish because you was too busy fucking listening to rap music and fucking dancing and fucking turning motherfucking black women to bad wenches. You was out here bad wench converting these black bitches. How come you got a Jewish wife? If you're so Jewish, how come you got a Jewish wife? You know, Jews are born through the mother, so you have a black wife. I don't know if you got kids or not, but if you got mixed kids, them kids are no longer Jewish. How Jewish are you? Are you really team Jewish? See, your thing is you're a fanatic. You're treating this shit as if it's a sport. We ain't even on the same channel. There's people dying in fucking Nigeria. They got fucking civil wars. People dying in fucking Congo. We here fucking fighting police. We fighting oppression. We fighting diabetes. We fighting fucking drug addiction. We fighting real shit on a daily basis for you to come with your fucking ignorant foolery, your racism and your prejudices and all your second tier white supremacists. Your Jew supremacy. If you believe in God, this is the thing. I don't believe in the Bible, but I do know the Bible was smiting shit. Men, women, and children. And y'all over there killing men, women, and children. These people, y'all control their water, y'all control their food, their electricity. They can't travel nowhere. Half of them never had a fucking full stomach. Now, every time they attack y'all, it's a fucking big deal. They're not attacking. They're on the defense. You moved into their territory. Y'all the offensive movement. Y'all are backed by American and European people. The Rothschilds. I'm not going to get into the Rothschilds because we all know what the fucking Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs is. I ain't going to get into that. That's too deep. I'm going to keep it shallow personal between me and you, Michael Rapaport. This ain't about Jewish. This ain't anti-Semitic because they're a good Jewish people. But don't act like you don't got a fucking rap sheet of being parasites on black Americans in our culture, especially hip hop and movies, predatory bank loans. You have fucking segregate. How do you have a segregated Jewish community? There's no black people living in Jewish community. Y'all don't live amongst us. I have no Jewish friends. My friends don't got Jewish friends. We barely even see or know Jewish people. Why do we give a fuck? Y'all owe us taxpayers' money. Israel owe taxpayers' money. From the river to the sea. Palestine should be free. You don't like that. Y'all saying that's racist or that's prejudice against the Jews. Nah, that's one-sided because it's two sides. Y'all calling them terrorists, but we see that y'all terrorists. They call Black Panthers terrorists. They call Martin Luther King the biggest threat in America. They kill all our leaders because they say we are terrorists. We're revolutionaries. Palestine is just revolutionaries. They're oppressed. How you got 2 million people on a 5 by 25 piece of land when it comes to miles? That's crazy. That's the most densest place on earth. We care about children. We're not animals. We're not savage. We're not colonizers. We don't identify with that shit. We don't feel. And see, black Americans believe in two religions. The majority of the time, it's going to be Christianity. They believe in Jesus. Israelis and Jews don't believe in. They don't not as Jesus. And the other black, they believe they're Muslims. Y'all definitely don't even like Muslims. So y'all want the support of people who are majority Jesus supporters and worshipers to support people who don't believe in fucking Jesus? What does that make sense at? Leave us the fuck alone. Leave black Americans the fuck alone. That's not even your fight. You are an American. Why the fuck do you care what Israel doing? You think all Jews are the same? They're Jews from Spain, they're Jews from fucking Russia, they're Jews from fucking Italy. Y'all not the same group. Y'all got the same beliefs. Y'all make you the same group. If it's a Jew thing, how can you have so racist against the Ethiopian Jews? I don't see you saying nothing about the injustices of the Ethiopian Jews. You so fucking Jewish. Were they different from you? African Jews? How about the Bantu tribe of the Limba tribe? Aren't they Jews? So y'all ain't not as the Limba tribes, the African Jews. You know why? Because y'all are fucking racist. If the Anglo-Saxon WASP people accept y'all been cool where you at, but they don't. And you personally making more people not want to support Israel at all, or no Jews. You making people not like Jewish people. You are personally making people not like Jewish people. I read your comments, people saying fuck Jews, and I ain't saying this to be anti-Semitic, but if you read your comments, it's all types of slogans and flags of Palestine. The streets fucking with Palestine. Yells down the street. They had a football game today. They have Palestinian flags. You are losing favor fast. Losing favor fast just because you a fucking loudmouth. If y'all doing the right thing, y'all would get support. But it seems y'all not doing the fucking right things. And y'all call these people dogs. Y'all dehumanize them every chance y'all get. Y'all want to turn Gaza into a fucking parking lot, to a fucking tent town. What type of shit is this? You want us to support genocide? You want us to support genocide when we was being genocide. You would not get no fucking support from no black. Try somebody else. Try the Coons. Try Candace Owens and them. She ain't even fucking with y'all. Candace Owens, cool ass, ain't even fucking with the Israelites. And you know that's bad because that bitch do anything for some fucking money. She'll do anything to go against the black Americans. But even she's on call with us, you know something's bad. If the Coons are agreeing with us, you know something's bad. Carnell, what's up there fucking... He's not really a coon type of, I don't know if he's a coon or not, but we assume he's a coon. But he's a reason, he hold it down. He's out there fucking marching for Palestine. Nigga, free them people. Give them people their fucking rights. And it's sad coming from a person who don't have no fucking rights. I'm oppressed. I'm not a victim. Y'all be saying, oh, no, fuck y'all, suck a dick. White supremacy really exists. These motherfuckers is really oppressing us. These motherfuckers really owe us reparations. I don't see Jews and Israelites support motherfucking reparations. How can we support the people who control everything, right? And want more? How you control everything and want more? You control the food, the water. We don't owe y'all. We never oppress y'all. If anything, y'all owe us. Y'all oppressed us. Y'all ate off our culture. Y'all had slaves. Y'all was practicing Jim Crow on us. Y'all capitalized off redlining. We wasn't accepted. Eat a whole box of culture dicks. Eat a box of culture dicks. And I seen you call people crackers.
I think you're a race-baiting coward. Cause are you a Texas cracker motherfucker, right? Did you vote for Trump? You're a cracker motherfucker, man.
No, you can't. Why?
Yeah, you can. Because you know what? Because you know what a cracker is. You know, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck you. You know what? Let me say, Dave.
Why? Who brought Texas in there? I don't.
If that nigga if he call people crackers, you know this nigga say nigga all the time. That nigga say nigger all the time. Look how fluent he is. Look how fast he was on the draw with the cracker. You think he don't get mad at his fucking black bedwench wife? He don't call her a nigger? You don't think he fuck her and calling types of niggers and shit? You don't think he just this weirdo kinky? You don't think he like that type of shit? Ghetto gagging her and shit. You don't think he's ghetto gagging his wife? This nigga says nigga. I bet he says nigger all the time. ERN with the A all the time because he thinks he's one of. He think he's an honorary. He thinks he's an honorary black. And I kind of like the nigga a little bit because the nigga is funny. He's funny in a Larry David Seinfeld type of way. Them type of Jews is funny, but you kind of to a fucking string. You don't know when to shut the fuck up. When the camera's off, nigga, you should be off. You be online too fucking much. I don't know what the fuck you think. You think Jewish are not white people? Both of y'all the same. How you gonna call this man a cracker and not look at this? Are you not? You have no fucking self-awareness? You're a blonde hair, blue eye. The guy you call a fucking cracker doesn't even have fucking blonde hair and blue eyes. The fucking audacity. You have no self-awareness. You say anything come out your mouth. That's why I know you really ain't racist. You just a team player. You just an extreme team player. Like when it comes to basketball, you be fucking extreme. When it comes to hip hop, you be fucking extreme. Like you love the old school, but you hate the new school shit. You just an extremist. I get that part. And on your hip hop taste, nigga, I'm with you. I'm with you on a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Tupac and Biggie, nigga, I'm with you on a lot of shit when it comes to hip hop. But nigga, you just crazy as fuck. You'll say anything.
A lot of conversations amongst my Jewish friends about the silence, the disappointment, the disappearing acts on some Doug Henning, David Blaine shit just disappeared, boom, in the air. A lot of people have disappeared. I'm telling you right now, we are making a list, we are checking it twice, and we already know who's been naughty or nice. See that pun? You see that pun? I'm talking about the Jewish people, but I'm also talking Christmas carols. We will not forget. We're not suckers. So when you come around asking for this, that, and the third, come around asking for money, investments, and all that stuff, I promise you, it's being discussed. We're paying attention to who's being anti-Jewish, anti-Semitic, anti-Israel, or not saying anything at all. I promise you. We see. I'm the enigma. A lot of Jewish people seem nice. We seem like we're suckers. Seem like you could kind of convince us. Trust me. Don't come around. 6 months, 8 months, 2 years. We're remembering. We're paying attention.
What are you insinuating when you say that? When you say that are y'all Jews conspiring against everybody else? Are y'all conspiring against the black community?
Pretty passionate about this Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I think that the Colin Kaepernick situation is a mask for just complete racism. I think that it's, you know, if Colin Kaepernick and the NFL players were kneeling for homelessness in this country, or Colin Kaepernick and the NFL players were kneeling for the lack of funding in public schools in this country, it would be totally supported. And because it's not, you know, it's like this excuse to sort of articulate your racism. We don't like this. It's the flag. No, it isn't. You don't like why they're kneeling. That's the issue, because if we were kneeling for the amount of stray dogs in the country, everybody'd be like, what a great cause. So that's the thing that's really, in my opinion, despicable about the pushback from it, if you ask me.
So buy Nike is what you're saying.
I know what you probably think. You might be thinking, these are my people. They fuck with me. These white people fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I done stood up for Colin Kaepernick when he took a knee. I done spoke for Black Lives Matter and all that, yada, yada. I done spoke for George Floyd, and we thank you for that, because it's the right thing to do. Now, if y'all was in a victim situation, we'll support y'all too, but y'all not being victims. Y'all being victimizers. How can a victimizer act like a victim? That shit is mind-blowing. What type of reverse psychology are the Israelites doing? We can see what the fuck is going on. We could read. We have history. We have documentaries. We know what's going on. You can't use reverse psychology and become a victim. Why, y'all love being fucking victims. And y'all just saying, oh, don't be a victim to black Americans, but y'all love being fucking victims. Y'all was better off just coming to America and it's fucking being white here. Why you need to be an Israelite? It's the oil. See, it's the oil in our saying. This definitely is for oil and money. It's the imperialism y'all want to talk about. It's the capitalistic agenda. Every time y'all seem to do something for us, they got thrown in our face. We didn't ask y'all to fucking take a knee. We didn't ask y'all to support our movement. We got this. We've been doing this. You are one person. So you think because you think we your people. You think that I'm in the cookout and they fuck with me. So if I can get on, nah, it ain't work like that. You cool, but it's standards and levels to this. to this black and white relationship. You're getting kicked out the fucking cookout. Your services are no longer needed. We don't give a fuck about Palestine. We don't give a fuck about Israel. We don't give a fuck about the Congo. Shit. We don't give a fuck about ourselves. You think we got time to give a fuck about what's going on over there when we fucking struggling every motherfucking day just to survive? $100 bill is like a fucking $50 bill right now. A $50 bill is like a $20 bill right now. A fucking $20 bill is like a $5 bill. Motherfucker, it's bad out here. We don't give a fuck. And we fuck with Trump, my nigga. I don't think you notice the fucking weather around this motherfucker, but nigga, it's Trump season around this motherfucker. You gotta tone that shit back a little bit, nigga, because Trump gave them stimmies up and Trump was fucking with us. He didn't incarcerate us like nobody else, nigga. So, nigga, you need to take the same energy you got for Trump and give it to motherfucking Biden and Kamala. The fuck you be talking about? Your rent is no longer fucking needed. The service is done. We don't owe y'all nothing. What y'all doing is like, let's just say like if Native Americans, right, got some backing by somebody and came and just took New York City and just kicked everybody out and started killing people and their babies and shit, right? That has more merit than you Jews taking over fucking Palestine. Because this was their land. Y'all never owned, first of all, when y'all got Jerusalem, y'all had to kill the Canaanites who was there anyway. Y'all wasn't just born in Canaan. Y'all came from Mesopotamia. The Garden of Eden wasn't in Jerusalem. Y'all had to invade that country. It was called Canaan. Y'all invaded Canaan, smited, killed, women, and children to get that land. And then the Romans took over y'all shit and spread it y'all. But it wasn't really even y'all. It was other people, but y'all converts, maybe the Khazars, but I ain't getting to that because you want to claim, since I am forced to acknowledge that y'all are Semitic people, I guess I got to play the game or I get banned. See, we can't even say bad things about y'all. It comes with penalties and consequences, but yet y'all got you to say negative shit. Y'all hire fucking Candace Owens and other coons to say negative shit about us, the Black Americans. Y'all very anti-Black American. Y'all very Black American. The music y'all promote, the artists y'all support and back up and put money behind is not even Black Americans no more. Y'all are putting money behind people who are not even from our culture to water down and fuck up our shit. But yeah, y'all want support. And not as that, Michael Rapaport. And not as the shit that your community is doing to fucking ruin mine as we speak. All you guys came here on fucking boats. We came here on slave ships that y'all fucking was insuring. That Jesus was the first slave ship that was insured by Jewish people. You're not that fucking oppressed. And all Jews wasn't oppressed. All the Jews, it was some Jews here during fucking World War II. There was some Jews in Britain. All the Jews wasn't oppressed. So you mean from a few people who let's say 6 million people was oppressed, right? 6 million Jews, y'all all get the benefit from that fucking little suffrage. That's like saying that the Black Americans suffered in America. Now all Africa get the benefit from our fucking pain and slavery. That's not how that shit works. You think we stupid? Like, do you really want us to start studying Mein Kampf and Hitler and the Nazis and shit? Do you really want us to see receipts and a list of how many things y'all really own? Like how much shit y'all really behind? How many prisons y'all sponsor? How many fucking police y'all back in our communities? How much shit y'all sell in our communities? How much y'all benefit and profit off of our fucking detriment of our oppression? Do y'all really want that? Michael Rapaport, you making me sound like I'm a fucking anti-Semitic. I'm not like that. I don't hate Jewish people. I don't hate nobody. But I do hate assholes who run their mouth and they act like victims when they fucking. This ain't a fucking basketball team. This is real lives at stake. People are really dying, real children on both sides, but more so on the Palestinian side. So when they get one retaliation, it's a big terrorist act. No, it's not like that. They're not terrorists. They're natives to their fucking land. That's like calling the Native Americans that's like calling the Native Americans terrorists in our history book today. They was terrorists. No, they was being fucking invaded by Europeans. Just like you, the Europeans who are invading fucking Asia. No one asked y'all to go there. Y'all can just leave anytime. That's what I'm saying. And don't think I know about your Section 8 scam, how the wife gets Section 8 while the husband own other tenements and property. Yeah, it's smart. You saving money, but don't think I don't know about that. I read, motherfucker. I know what's going on. I read Hitler's book, Mein Kampf, whatever he said that shit. When we talk about how Jews control the media, how Jews control all the newspapers, all the media, the porn, and all the filth in this country at the time. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm not saying everything he said was false. Hitler was wrong for killing Jews and all that shit, but some things he was saying was, I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see why people kicked y'all out their country. Because y'all causing so much fucking problems right now. Look how much problem. I won't be surprised if Palestine kick you out of fuck out their country too. Look how many problems y'all causing. For what? It's just murder and mayhem for no reason. That could have never happened if the British would have left the Arabs alone and have Palestine as a state instead of bringing y'all in. Y'all had no right being in fucking Jerusalem. Now y'all controlling Palestine. Y'all went from 6% to y'all like fucking 70% now. Everything the Jews did to you, everything the Nazis did to y'all doing to the Palestinians. Evacuate their homes. You made them fucking leave their fucking countries that they was in for thousands of years. They was there for thousands of years, conquered by a bunch of different people, and here y'all come kicking them out. They done fought and been there for thousands of years when y'all fled. So the Semitic Jews or the Middle Eastern Jews who was there before the European Jews came there was doing fine, was doing good. They thrived under the Ottoman Empire. Y'all causing so many problems for what? Y'all want us to support y'all. Y'all claim to be so oppressed. Y'all not oppressing America. It seems to me y'all doing the fucking oppressing. Why are we in y'all ghettos? The ghettos is meant for y'all. That was just shit in Europe. Now in America, we in the ghettos. This is not a Jew in the ghetto. How did that happen? How did that happen if y'all not helping with the oppression? But yet, Michael Rapaport, y'all want us to support y'all? Y'all don't support us? Y'all do nothing good for us. I don't see no allyship. Nothing y'all do benefits Black Americans. Y'all done got fat off. We are fucking starving. And secretly, y'all benefited of our oppression. Because when we was oppressed, it took the attention off y'all. Y'all don't want to say that, do you? We do. See, and again, we doing y'all a favor. But our oppression does you a favor because you could blend white. And plus, it's easier to hate somebody Black than to hate somebody Jewish anyway. See, when Blacks not around, Jews get persecuted. But when Blacks is around, it takes the weight off Jews. The Jews don't get as persecuted as much. The Jews could participate in the oppression, like Jimmy Levitt in Levittown. Y'all could keep us out of communities. Y'all could build and get loans that we can't get. That's why y'all have so many executives, because y'all was allowed to be white, and y'all was allowed to being white is having the ability to oppress people and exploit them for labor and resources. Ray Charles and Little Richie to Diana Ross to the Supremes, all these Black artists was cheap labor while y'all benefited. Y'all kids are still eating. Y'all great grandkids are still fucking eating while most artists' kids are poor and in poverty. That's our relationship y'all don't ever want to say. Y'all exploit us. We get exploited. We don't make $1 off the Jewish community unless we making deals with them and y'all getting a better half off of our labor, our culture that y'all really don't have. Y'all can't really make a profit off your own culture. It's not entertaining. It's not influential. It's not inspiring. Y'all should be fighting for fucking Austria or Poland. That's where y'all came from. That's where Hitler attacked y'all at. That's where Hitler oppressed y'all at. How come you ain't fighting for Austria? How come you ain't fighting for Germany? Hitler's the one that oppressed y'all. The world didn't oppress y'all. The Arabs didn't oppress y'all. The Romans did. Why wait 2,000 years to get Jerusalem back? Why you ain't get it 100 years ago? How can you get it 200 years ago? Why not 300 years ago? 400 years ago? 500 years ago? 600 years ago? 700, 800, 900 years ago? Why now? That's not even scripture. Y'all not even going by the scripture. God didn't say take back Jerusalem. It says wait for the Messiah. What happened to that? Y'all going off script. I don't think all my subscribers. Everybody in the comments, man. Good, bad, or neutral. I appreciate you, man. You disagree? Got a topic? Put it in the comment. I get back at you, man. I read everybody's shit. You know what I mean? I really appreciate the growth I'm getting, man. We out.
As we see this last Saturday, it was shocking to the world, but the world doesn't seem to take in regard the 75 years that every day almost you have Palestinian death and suffering. But we as Jews do take this into consideration. It's not how I personally look at this. It's how, as a Jew who's observant, who's following the rules of the Judaism, of the Torah, Judaism is subservience to God. That's what it's all about. It's a religion of 3,000 years, while Zionism is a mere 150 years. It's a transformation to nationalism, to have a piece of land. It's a political movement. It's a materialistic movement. It was started by Jews who were non-religious, and they're simply incorporating, using the name Israel, using the Star of David, and claiming that it's a God, it's given to them by God. And we who are following the Torah, who are true to the Torah, stand up adamantly refuting what they're saying. The Torah clearly states that we shall not kill, we shall not steal, and the whole concept is strange, is totally antithetical to our teachings, contradictory. The Jewish community had been living together with the Muslim community and the Christian community, and since this movement started, and since they gained hold in the land and eventually got rule over the land, there's been endless bloodshed. There's hate that has grown thousandfold. It's a wedge driven between the Jews and the Muslims, and it's brought death and suffering to the Palestinian people in the majority. Take in regard the 75 years that every day almost you have Palestinian death and suffering. But we as Jews do take this into consideration. We say this is clearly a rebellion against God, and it hurts us more than usual because it's being done in our name. And the rabbis you are seeing, the power bases that you are seeing in the settlements that is fringe to the Jewish communities, those are the ones who bought into this tale that it's God's wish. But the central part of Judaism, the very religious, in whatever country, maybe in Argentina, the very religious says, no, we're dead set against this. We cry with the Palestinians. And therefore, what's happening today in Gaza, that they're bombing them relentlessly, and they're pointing and they're accusing them of being animals. It's even hard to repeat, and whatever they say of them, of being terrorists, it's not. It's all to cover their totally illegitimate occupation.